Yeah, we are back for another ladies' room. It is Tuesday, August 17th. Good morning, Kareem.
Morning. How are you today?
I am good. What about you?
Bit of a rush morning. Had some stuff on the to-do list to get done. So
I swear.
bit of a rush kind of morning. Kind of got a little goosebumps when I heard that. It's like everybody was playing that post-cabinet briefing this morning. Everybody had on that this morning.
No,
Listen.
and I want to talk about that a little bit before we the briefing is still on the way. I think they should be wrapping up shortly. It's usually within the hour, under hour, but it's a bit lengthier this morning, and understandably so, because like I said, for the past couple of days there's been a lot of speculations about what's did you get the live?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Let me send it to you.
Yeah, there's been a lot of speculations for the past couple days regarding the outbreak, the outbreak of COVID, and of course, most specifically the Delta variant. We've had a lot of speculations out there regarding that and what's going on, and we basically got confirmation this morning in terms of where we're at. Good morning, guys on the live. Come on in and share the live. Maria, good morning. Roseanne, good morning. Who else is here? Christelle, Natasha, Marlin, Sweetie, Tongue Girl, good morning. Good morning, Ayodel. It's Frank. Good morning, everyone. BB, good morning. BB, you're all over, I swear. It's like every time I go on a live, I'm seeing BB popping up. That's what you call being in the know. Nothing then passing you. You ain't getting no second, third, or fourth hand information.
In this song, you have to be up to speed. Eh?
I'm telling you, every live I go on, I see BB Compton Chase popping up. Good morning, Valina. Good morning, Milano. Linda, good morning. Yeah, so we basically got the update this morning. And according to the CMO, possible outbreak of the Delta variant in Grenada. 5 partygoers have tested positive, and the Ministry of Health has basically said the likely outbreak of the Delta variant in Grenada is around the corner, and 5 partygoers and 1 minor have tested positive for COVID-19. Would love to know the age of the minor, but I'm sure we'll get more information in the coming days, because based on the information given, those numbers are likely to rise, because these people have mingled with other people and other people mingled with other people, so you know how it is. As always, we're gonna have the fingers being pointed and the blame game, and nobody will take responsibility for their action and say, okay, this, what, or the other. Folks, we gotta be really honest with ourselves. This isn't something that one entity or one grouping can control. It requires all of us doing our part. And while the Ministry of Health has the mandate, where health is concerned, to protect us, to put measures in place to protect us, the onus isn't only on the Ministry of Health, and they're not able to be everywhere and have eyes everywhere and do everything. We have to do our part. We have to accept some form of responsibility. And like I said yesterday, we can jump high, jump low, we can, spin, duck, bob, weave. If we're paying attention to what's happening in the world, we literally still have to say thank God in terms of our numbers, where we're at. But there's no way we could rest on our laurels and be comfortable thinking it's not going to get to another level. Everywhere has been to another level. Very few, including, our beautiful rock, have not been to that other level. But I always had it in the back of my mind that we're going to get there someday, because we can't, one, remain under lockdown forever and ever, amen. People are traveling. People, and of course, in the past couple of weeks when we've had 0 cases, you're walking around town, no mask. people liming,
Outside.
no social distance. We outside. We jabbing, we blocking, we jamming, like all over. Because according to Ministry of Health, no reported cases, no known cases. But now that we have known cases, we still can't continue to point fingers. There's only so much they can do. We also have to accept personal responsibility. We can't keep the borders closed because when I listened to Minister Steele this morning and oh God, I'm sorry for him. He bad.
You mad.
He was like, his energy was like, if you were a body language expert, I'm not, but just watching him is like,
It's like I fed up.
I tired with all you.
I fed up. I fed up.
I just want to be on a beach somewhere with a stiff drink in my hand. I'm fed up, good fed up. Like you want to cuss somebody. Like that's why I like Rowley, That's
Nah,
why I
you
like
tell you as it is.
Listen, that's why I like Prime Minister Rowley. Say what all you want. Call him Jamhead, call him whatever. I love Prime Minister Keith Rowley. When he vex, all you know he vex. He in press conference, he ain't come to play with all you. You tell all you how all you Jack, you know the thing. And that's what we're doing right now. We're seriously doing that. But jokes aside though,
I mean, the part that frightened me was when he said, cabinet has been briefed and they'll be making the decision very soon as to what we do from here. I was like,
why watch?
Lord,
Me ain't doing this lockdown thing with all you again. I've been batting in my
back to
crease.
basics, innit?
I've been batting in my crease. I've been minding my business. I've been wearing my mask.
I don't Peter pay for policy.
Wait, let me take vaccine. I take vaccine. What else I have to do? And not doing this lockdown without. I as much as I like being in my space and my place. Listen, I'm gonna need notice before this whatever comes into effect because I'm not doing this lockdown thing with y'all again.
Oh, man.
I was not in no jam band. I was not doing anything. You see, there's this the Peter pay for Paul, Paul pay for all scenario going on here now. Jesus. But there's a lot of questions folks are asking, and one of which were how long were because you're hearing that. Another thing people have been calling for is the time, changing the time, the quarantine period
For vaccinated persons.
for everybody across the board, 7 to 14 days, what have you. And the CMO basically said, it doesn't seem as though that's the road they're going to go down that road again because according to him, if you look at other countries who have the 7-day quarantine, Australia and other places on lockdown and have those measures in place. And Trinidad also went under lockdown, remember? Borders were closed and the numbers were just rising like crazy. So it's probably not a road they'll go down in terms of lengthening the quarantine period or what have you because we are basically saying we want a sense of normalcy. We want to move ahead. People have to eat. People have to earn bread. We go into lockdown. The situation as it is, it's only going to worsen. So a lot of people are calling for things that they know would not affect them. And to me, it's a bit selfish, but you also have to understand the fear that is associated with this virus because you just don't know. You could be perfectly healthy today and tomorrow you start showing symptoms and next thing you hear, person hospitalized and what have you. But a number of people calling for certain measures are those who will not be affected by those measures. You're seeing a lot of people who are out in the diaspora, who are out in, the US or other parts of the world, and they're not going to be affected. Calling for lockdown, calling for 7 days and 14 days quarantine and all sorts of things calling for things that would not affect them personally. And that's who we are sometimes as a people. Things we know would not affect us, we want it to be implemented because, hey, we good over here. But lock them down.
Your problem.
That is all your problem. Now the question is, and it's like a double-edged sword because on one hand we're saying congratulations to them for doing a good job for the majority of the cases getting it at the port of entry, making sure that those folks don't go into the communities, right? And in the same breath now you're seeing on the same line people are saying they're responsible for the outbreak. Like
I don't understand.
like
And people gave all the rules. They gave us the regulations.
When we had the 7 days,
tell
people
us what to
complained
do.
that's too much expense. People don't have that type of money. You can't pay for all this long time in hotel, and people want to come back home, returning nationals, and 7 days is too much.
Stressful.
People can't spend money. They can't free up. It's too much of stress. Now we calling for it. Minister still. Sometimes I feel like if I was a prime minister and people start to aggravate me, I'll just tell them, do what all you want. Like, whatever all you want to
What
do.
you want this kind of family?
Do what all you want. Whatever make you all happy, just do it. Because it seems it doesn't matter what you do. When something happens, you're still gonna get blamed. And I guess that's the name of the game. That's how it goes. You know?
And it won't please everybody.
You won't please everybody. You would not please everybody. But there are a lot of questions, and one of the questions that one of the things that I'm really confused about is the positive departing travelers. Those are the ones that really concerns me. Because when you get here, one, you have to come in with a negative PCR test 72 hours, right?
72, yeah.
72 hours. Before it was longer. Now they shortened it because, of course, people would do their tests and they prancing all over last minute, all over the place before they board their plane. So they come in contact. Plus, you're on the airport, you come in contact with people. You're on the plane. It's no longer no social distancing on plane. You're sitting next to somebody who probably have it, and they probably got it a couple days before. And then it takes how long they say to show up in your system? 14 days to show up in your whatever. So you're there on the plane with your negative PCR test. You would have done your filled out your form, your entry form, gotten permission to enter. You come in, and then you're swabbed. Test shows you're negative. You're free to go. The part that boggles me is how were you tested negative? How did you test negative? You're out in the communities, and then when you're ready to leave, to get a PCR test, of course, you have to get a PCR test to leave, and then PCR test shows that you're positive. Those are the people that. So where did they get it from? Did it just show up in their system, even after showing a negative reading, or did they come in contact with people here who already had it, and now leaving it shows? That part bothers me. It's
Maybe the window is not enough between the time you take your PCR test and the time you get released from the facility. Maybe the window there is not enough.
It's 48 hours, Deborah, not 24 hours. 48 hours. I don't know. I'm confused. Like, someone is saying, I think they should bring back the 7-day quarantine, vaccinated or not. It's another person says it could be a false positive. It happens. But those are the people that. These are the scary people, and I pray to God I don't know any of them, that I never came in contact with them, because they were out, because you were given the all clear to go. Your test is negative, so you're out there everywhere, whatever. And now you're ready to leave. Your test shows up as positive.
And based on the story, that's exactly what happened. The persons were released, went to that illegal event, as the minister said. No log was taken, nothing.
Again.
You know, so no log was taken. So now they have to
Rely on
what he
memory.
said. Right.
Like
They have to guess.
everybody have to try and remember.
Everybody who
Who was
was
it
there.
that fed again, boy? Who was here again?
You understand? And then now, what if after they say, nah man, we outside. So let me go somewhere else. Cause we outside already.
You had Juve.
Listen.
We had
Actually,
2 Juves. We had Jump Up. We had.
whole
Listen,
week last night, all you outside.
all of like what crocodile?
What?
All of your all your friends are outside like crocodile. No, but seriously, it's at least, you know, where you go to certain places, supermarkets, restaurants, what have you, there's a log you have to sign in, temperature taken, so you have a better, you're better able to contact trace, you're better able to check the log to see, you know, the people who are there on that day, and you can follow up and make calls. But to host an event at your home
In your place, you know?
with 30 or more people, and it's a case now of trying to put the pieces together. It's like a puzzle. Now you have to depend on the people who are there. Sometimes you don't even know these people. You just came to an event, you saw their face, you don't even know them by name or nothing.
Who bring who?
Who bring
Who
who?
tell who
So
we they here? Come and check me.
listen, yeah, this is serious. And on top of it, we're talking about the Delta variant who ain't like is not even close to. It's like a bigger brother of COVID, who doesn't play any games.
Okay, yesterday President Biden actually said they're calling for Americans now that 8 months after you take your second shot of the vaccine, you have to take a third shot, a booster shot.
But,
That's how serious that Delta and Delta Plus is.
because apparently the two shots
I just
Delta
appetizer.
it does nothing.
That just appetizer. Delta say, that is all you have? You dead, man.
I don't know about y'all, but this is worrying. From the minute I've heard this for the past couple of days, I've been stressed about it. And then hearing it being confirmed, it's like you just don't know. You're talking to people, you're walking around, and that is the thing, you don't know, because not everybody shows, you know.
Yeah, but I think it's on. Honestly, I mean, no party this and party that, but I think it's unfair to blame the government at this point. You know, because every week we see on the news they catch this person trying to sneak into the country, they shut down this event. You know, they actually.
And we are the same ones getting upset when they say no mass gatherings and
Understand.
what have you. People was upset when we had vaccinated parties. People was upset when you're having unvaccinated parties. So it's like,
So if the government tell you all to take a log and to seek permission for your event, you all did need of those, and we still blaming the government. That's unfair.
someone says it's not all Americans that need a third booster shot, only certain ones with underlying conditions. And you see, that is the thing, eh? A lot of us walk around seemingly okay and healthy, right? And not aware that we have these underlying issues, because a lot of folks don't get checkup on a regular. Only wait until they're feeling like sick or it's bad. A lot of people don't just say, oh yeah, let me do a yearly or 6-month checkup. Let me go to the doctor and just make sure, do some blood tests, run some blood tests, and, you know, check to see my pressure okay, my, you know, whatever okay, sugar level and everything okay. We don't do that. On top of that, we live on healthy lifestyles. We're drinking the most rum 7 days a week, eating the most unhealthy food,
Not exercising.
not exercising. But we want protection against something. Plus, if you're against the virus, what are you doing to protect yourself if you don't wish to be vaccinated? Are you taking other vitamins to boost your immunity? Are you eating healthy? Are you exercising? Are you using herbs? What are you doing? Or are you just waiting? And like somebody says, once you drink rum, you're good. Like, what? Rum kill virus? So that is the thing. If you're against vaccination, what else are you doing to protect yourself? Because like I said, people aren't walking around with a sign that says, COVID is here. I have COVID. You don't know. You just don't know.
Yeah. The person next to you could have it and they're not showing any signs or symptoms or anything, and you just don't know. That's the thing. But honestly, if we don't take this so serious, then
Someone says, Wendy says, Grenadians don't know if they have underlying conditions. Half of them don't go to get checkup. People have diabetes and they don't even know. Yeah, there's this fear of doctors until you're sick. And then you go get a checkup and then it's too late. Getting a checkup should be something, you know, that's like part of living. Like, you would see people, you have a vehicle, right? And you would see man taking, watch, one telling you about in love with the vehicle. All you're checking oil, all you're checking brake, all you're making sure everything, every morning, all you turn up, open bonnet, and all you're under there peeping and looking and testing and this, that. But how come when it comes to your own body that you're not that careful? You don't take that, pay that much attention to it. But you have an appointment with your car wash man every week car wash man seeing you without a doubt. If car wash man and see you, you know
we-
something wrong.
But we just bathe every day. No?
Bathing alone is not it. That's outside. Man doesn't just go and wash the outside of their car. They clean the inside as well. You do engine wash, you all clean inside, all they put their freshener, all you shine up wheels, shine up dashboard.
This have nothing to do with COVID. And Delta.
Listen, it is about taking care of how you put all this time and attention into your car, but you don't take that time to take care of yourself. That is the point. It's a reference.
But we could say
So
the same
use-
thing about your hair and your nails and your thing.
But
Every
hello,
weekend, all
I've
your
had,
inside.
I've had my checkup for the
and all
year.
Oh, you
Yes, I
you've
have.
had yours.
Yes, and I can show you my documentation to prove that I
Alright,
have had my
okay.
checkup, and I'm due to go back for another to make sure.
Alright, okay, boss.
Hold
I'm
on.
sorry, you know.
I like old people here though. Hold on, let me see. No, I like old people. I just walk with me. Look, my lab here. Look, watch page. Watch this. No. I doesn't look. 3 pages. Blood, urine. Listen.
Don't
look,
make joke.
look. I've got the lab name, everything on it. Look. Look.
I
Let me show. Let me
apologize.
see if I could get the date for you. Hold on. Hold on. Let me make sure I give you the date. Okay. Receive
My girl pull out she documents
19th
in it.
March 2021.
2021.
Yes, 19th of
When
March.
you due for the next one?
So, usually do a yearly checkup, but if you feel out, you go do 6 months. Like every 6 months, you could go back and
Pages.
yeah, blood, everything here,
Do
blood,
head to toilet.
urine. No. I like old people that just walk with my documentation and you see like, oh, I have a little bag for it. No, you can't give me no.
I can't come for you. Nah.
You can't give me no.
I died there.
You can't give me no talk this morning and then my gynecologist. So that was the yeah. Must go where your gynecologist and get your thing done. No, for real. Me ain't playing that with you. You want to come and give me talk so I could afford to say what I'm saying because I have had I take. You can't just focus on outside and
Yeah,
makeup
when you
and
get
when
you.
you ain't sure what happening. Me ain't studying all year, no. All you
get
just
you.
run all your mouth, but. And then my second mother does make sure that if I play in the fool, she makes sure that I get those things done. You
You're on top of
understand?
things. You're on top of things.
So you could stay there and run your mouth and tell
You're on
me
top of
about
things. Yeah.
Tighty.
I
Morning, Raw
rescind my
Titus.
statements.
Raw Titus say, shut up your paper rude girl documents, Lord.
No. I rescind my statement. Yeah. I retract it.
BBC had to extra. Sheena say, no, Sheena, you had to walk with your receipt. So when you see people running them out and talking their talk and blah, blah, blah. And I make sure I have like a bag for, like say old people that say like hurricane time, anything wrong, you make sure all your documentation in one bag. So when it's time to roll, you pick up your bag and you move. No.
Now you
There's a
shut
lot
mouth
of
there
things.
with mathematical exactitude.
Exactitude. Yeah. So when you roll in with you don't have to search. I wonder where I had that. I wonder where I put that boy. Where I put nah. Everything goes in this little bag.
I'll stomp past you safe.
That too.
Right.
So
Don't see inside.
so it says I do the same. Even walk with the previous one as well. No. You have to walk it with your documents. You have to.
No, but you remember what I told you yesterday though? Taking a picture of some of them is really good as well. Like especially the vaccine card and like at least an ID. That is so helpful sometimes. Sometimes you leave it home or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to have a picture of some of these things on your phone as well. Because I mean, chances of you leaving your phone is like, yeah, 1 out of 10. So try that.
No.
Anyway.
People dying. Somebody asked where your files. Pull out yours. When last you had it?
Hello.
Do what? No, what grand move?
What am I thinking? Only do bother
What
that.
grand move? What grand move? What you think doing on the ground? Just so I pull out my bag. Where your bag?
Are you hearing that? Got the papers.
Put on my wife's please, Karen. Thank you. Someone says Grenada is full of COVID because nobody's being tested. How many people you know in Grenada took a test? Well, the way it is now, people don't take tests unless they probably feel a type of way or feel like they have some symptoms, and you know the symptoms are similar to that of the flu. So unless you have to like travel or you're going to get surgery or you're going to the hospital for whatever reason, I think that's how it's done. It's not like you just walk in and say, okay, let me get tested or do random testing. I don't think that's what's done, right? It's how it's if you're traveling basically, or if somebody requests it, or your employer or whatever requests it, then maybe that's what happens. But it's not a case of people just going, or the authorities just randomly testing people on the street. All right. Natasha says copy them in case you misplace it. I also have it on my phone, actually. I have the printed version and I have the
soft copy.
Yeah, I have it on my my phone as well. So I'm good. Folks, at the end of the day, we can't afford to be reactive. We have to be proactive. And that's why we said yesterday, and I didn't hear any of the reporters asking the minister the question of, in the event of an outbreak, how prepared are we? How prepared are our health services? How prepared are our hospital? I know there's a part of the hospital designated for COVID cases. How many beds are available? Have we identified other places that we can use if the beds that we have at that particular part of the hospital are insufficient? I'm not sure if anybody asked, but when I was listening, I didn't hear that question asked. It was more focused on the outbreak now and not so much what to do. How are we the way forward? What should we do? Because he himself said it will put pressure on the system. But I don't think I had anybody ask, are we prepared for that pressure? And how can we do our part? All I saw on the live was people going back and forth, the blame game as always, and what have you. But my main concern is, it's here. They've already identified 5. Out of that, 30, how many people were at that event? And of course, other places they might have been. The question now is, if we were to get an outbreak, a serious one, if we were to see more numbers added to what we already got, dear Mr. Minister, how prepared are we? What is the plan? That is what I'm concerned about. What is the plan? Where do we go from here? What can folks do? We already know how people feel about vaccine, so we can't just put vaccine alone on the table. We already know, we've seen people blatantly ignore vaccination, decide not to be vaccinated for whatever reason. So vaccine alone can't be the only thing on the table. We have to add something else with it. Because as it is, you can't force people to take the vaccine. We've already discussed this at length. So apart from vaccine, what else do we have on the table? What else can we do? And we all have to be responsible. The onus is on us. It just can't be a Ministry of Health thing. Like I said, mask wearing, following the protocols, and I think that's one of the ways that, we've dropped the ball. Protocols.
Definitely.
We can see it. You walk into town and if you pass...
The mindset is there's no COVID here.
Listen, if you walk through town, you see 10 people, probably 3 have on a mask. We were very vigilant with the mask. Everybody was wearing their mask. Then you see people just, walking and you're looking like, you're walking, I have my mask on and I'm walking and I'm like, I never should take it out, boy. I'm feeling kind of out of place here. Because everybody's just walking through town without a mask on. So, every minute, science, everything changes. We thought we had COVID figured out. Now Delta came along and bought someone else with it. I don't know.
Yeah, and like you rightfully said, building the immune system is also really important.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're not gonna get vaccinated, then you figure it out. Do whatever you need to do to boost your body if you're not gonna get vaccinated.
Just
And even for the vaccinated persons, I find there's a mentality among us that we safe.
we, I ain't say
According to the brothers and sisters,
we.
you ain't safe, bro.
I ain't safe. I'm not
Aight.
safe at all.
So y'all need to wear
Because
your
there's
mask
this-
too and do what y'all need to
people
do
seem to
as
think-
well.
And we need to debunk that. People seem to think that having the vaccine means you can't or you won't get the virus at all. And there's this false sense of security
Yep.
amongst people. Not everybody, because I don't have that sense of security because I'm still wearing my mask and I'm vaccinated. Every establishment I go into, I sanitize and I put on my mask. Walking the street, I put on my mask. So there seems to be this false sense of security, and I think that that needs to be firmly, we need to firmly let people know that that is not the case. It doesn't give you free reign to be all over doing anything ad hoc. It does not. You are also still at risk. It just basically minimizes the impact. It's like having how you call that thing in your car? When you get into an accident, it
Or the airbag.
the airbag. It minimizes the impact upon contact. But it does not mean you're not gonna get hurt. It just minimizes the impact. So that is how I see vaccination. Doesn't mean I can't get it. It just minimizes the impact, how I'll react to it. And you can't just walk around thinking, okay, I'm vaccinated, so I can be here, there, everywhere, willy-nilly, and not having consideration. So people need to fully grasp that. Build your immune system. Wear your mask, fully vaccinated or not, as someone says, sanitize. And you know, a while ago I just glanced on the TV and I saw one of those states, they're using influencers to man facing long haul COVID after being vaccinated, hospitalized. See? So they're using influencers in different places to get the message across to their followers and what have you. Give them the information. You know, not force anybody, but just give them the information. So to be vaccinated or not to be vaccinated, this isn't, it's like almost a battle between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated, a war. And it shouldn't be, because we both could get it from the other, vice versa. We both could spread it. It says vaccine don't prevent, they never prevent, but aids the immune system to fight off the infection. They've said so many times. And it's like, you know what happens? I really think that this whole thing has developed into a political football. And it's almost like vaccinated against non-vaccinated, like green against yellow. I'm getting that those sort of undertones. We're making it political, and people are going with the belief, okay, well, I ain't an NP or I ain't NDC, so I'm not gonna listen to what you say. I'm only gonna listen to who say on my side. And if they say not to take it, I'm not gonna take it. And if they say take it, I'm gonna take it. Like, people are no longer thinking for themselves and being responsible for themselves, but following and being led. There's nothing wrong with being with following, but you have to know when to mash break.
And especially to the anti-vax persons, guys. Honestly, and I
Edward,
could,
they're still yellow. Hate it or like it, they're still yellow, Edward.
I could say this. Some of the persons that you're seeing posting all these videos and sending you all these videos and those articles as to why you shouldn't be vaccinated. Listen something. I could say as a fact that the majority of them, guess what? They vaccinated. Because one, they realize when they dip in their pocket is a $10 they see and not a $100 bill. They have to live. And number two, they're realizing that their life stops at the vaccination point. And it's either they take it or they go backward in life. Right? So that's why I keep saying you do your research and make your own decision as to how it affects your life. And that's just it.
I take my fastness and jump into a conversation about a couple weeks ago about some people somebody wrote a status about not taking the vaccine, and they said something that was, I'm like, well, that's incorrect information. And I take my fastness and go into people's conversation and tell them, well, this is inaccurate. This is, and I supplied them with the accurate information. The only thing they didn't tell me was how my mother make me. Apart from that, that was the second thought. That was the first and the last time I've joined any conversation to do with vaccine or not vaccinated. I see them and I pass my way straight. Because you see somebody posting something that's incorrect, you give them the correct information and be like, okay, well, thanks for the information, but this is my belief regardless, moving right along. It's like they were waiting for you to tell you, like, I'm like, but wait, miss, I didn't come here for all that, I just tell you that is not correct information. What you're saying, this is the true information because I've spoken to the person that they were referencing, and this is the correct information here. So you reach out now, what my parents did to bring me here, how we reach there, and the anger and everything. I'm like, you know what I did? I went back, deleted my comments, and I moved merrily down the stream. And from that day on, I vowed to never ever join any conversation to do with vaccines or no vaccine or yes vaccine.
Especially on social media, because it becomes you say it.
And all I'm gonna say to people, do what's best for you and your family. If you believe taking the vaccine is the correct thing to do, take it. If you don't believe the vaccine is the right thing to do for you and your family, don't take it. You do what you think is best for you. I can't tell you what to do. You're a grown man, you're big and you have sense, basically. All right? So, the words of Prime Minister Rowley. All you big and all you have sense. So,
I saw someone saying that the people want options. Is that really going to help though? Is that really going to help? We're not even well read on this particular vaccine. So
we probably should get the other option to see if the numbers, because we're just at 20% vaccinated. So maybe we need to, the Ministry of Health seriously need to get, I was hearing talks of the Pfizer, because I know the U.S. government were donating Pfizer to parts of the Caribbean. I'm not sure if we're on the list, but I think we should have that option to see what it will be. If people would actually take that one, considering they think AstraZeneca is no good. So I hope when we get other options, which I really wish we would, I really want to see if it would change. Alrighty.
Well, let's see.
So that's about
stay
it.
Safe.
Yeah.
That's all. Just stay safe. Yeah.
Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for joining us as always. Appreciate your company. We'll be back tomorrow, God's will, to pick up where we left off. And thank you so much to our friends at Beacon Insurance, Halibar Ranch, and Western Union for making this possible. Have a good one, y'all. Thanks so much.